And we are live. We are live. Hello, everyone. Give me 2 minutes and wait for some people to join us. For those who are new, my name is Tamar, also known as Unique Dancer Tay. Welcome to my channel. It's all about dance and creative entrepreneurship, just about my lifestyle, behind the scenes, top tips. Today's chit chat video is going to be about how social media killed my creativity. Literally, I quit social media 1 month ago. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am just focusing on YouTube now, creating video content, taking you along my journey, and also LinkedIn as well. But we get into that stuff later on. I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes for people to join. Go get your notepad, go and get a quick drink. It's a Monday night. Let's just kick back, relax, and have a catch up. So yeah, let me put some music on in the background while we're waiting. If you cannot see me or hear me properly, please just say, okay, people, because I never know these days when it comes to technology. We could talk about that too as well. So give me a minute. I don't know if you can hear the music. So we give people some time to join. So guys, this is literally last minute. I just planned to go live on YouTube this morning. I don't know what got over me. I just woke up today and was just like, I'm inspired. Let's go on YouTube and let's just chit chat and have a life update. Literally that's what it's about today. So let's just have a bit of kill time. If you're here already, give me a thumbs up or say hi in the chat so I know who's here. Can't see each other anyway, like on Zoom. Cool. Give it some time. Cool. There goes an advert. Hello. Good. This is so last minute. Either way, this will be, this is recorded anyway, so it will stay up so people can always come back and watch. And for those who are watching on replay, just drop your comments below what you think, what are your thoughts about social media and utilizing your creativity, your business, your workflow, your inspiration. Do you feel like it's working for you or not? Are you pro or con? I am not running down social media, by the way. I do like it. It's just not for me. But we'll get into that bit later on. Hello. Just saw the comment. Wicked. I had some questions from some people. I'll answer them at the very end. So it's got to include a live Q&A, but we'll do that at the end. I'll try and keep it like short and sweet today, like 30 minutes. Yeah. Oh. And I can't even check to see who's replied back on this laptop to see. I'm just going to have a wild guess and try and get some of the questions up and ready. We'll start in about 2 minutes. Okay, guys. Then we just wait for some more people to join us, and then we'll start and fire away. Then we can start chit-chatting and updating. I'm in a new space, by the way. For those who always jump on my YouTube, you know the typical background that I have, but it's a new space because I've literally moved house. Only 10 minutes up the road, but it felt like I was moving a universe because it stressed me out that much. That's why I haven't been online that much. So there. Hi, Jess. How's it going? This is a last minute YouTube live. I woke up this morning and was like, oh my God, I've got so much to talk about. And I couldn't be bothered to record it and then edit it. So I thought, whatever, I'll just go live. This is the third time going live on my YouTube channel, guys. So cool. Right. Okay, we're going to get started. I'm going to check the questions that people have asked me on different channels. We've got some on LinkedIn, some in WhatsApp. I'm just trying to get them all up because people are asking questions about me departing the social media life. There's nothing wrong with it. The responses that I have received have been out of this world, literally. So I want to share it. I cannot wait to share what some people are up to. Okay, I'm going to leave that there ready to answer. Okay, let's get to it, guys. I'm going to start now. So yeah, I want to respect people's time. And I want to say hello, everyone. No. I always say wagwan on my channel. What are we doing? Let's go back. Wagwan. It's your girl, Unique Tay. Welcome to my channel. So straight to the point, this live video is not planned, but I really wanted to get off my chest. So I want to talk about how social media literally killed my creativity. Not 100%, just snippets of it, you know? And I also want to talk about how social media impacts our creativity, our craft as creatives, entrepreneurs out there in this busy lifestyle world that we're living in. And I just want to say this now, I am not hating on social media. I know there's plenty of social media fanatics out there who do so well. And I used to get a lot of positive feedback actually with the content that I shared, which is all great. And I think I got to the realization where I'm just like, it does take up a lot of my time. It takes a chunk out of my well-being. I feel like I'm giving myself to others so much. And it's like, what is left for me? So that was the kind of concluding reason and the motivation behind me quitting social media. And just so you also know, this is also a life update. So I quit 1 month ago officially. It's been on my mind for months and months. So I was slowly taking detox breaks off social media. And when I talk about social media, I'm just talking about Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, because I'm still here on YouTube, because YouTube is social media anyway, but it's different in my eyes. And I've stayed on LinkedIn as well, because I think LinkedIn is powerful. It's kind of low key. We know it's not as innovative as Instagram, but it's low key. It's creeping up. Yeah, I've got movements coming up on LinkedIn. So if you're not connected with me already, do connect with me on LinkedIn and subscribe to this channel too, if you like what you see, that is. So yeah, like, okay, so the main reason behind me quitting social media 1 whole month ago, and I kind of threw away over 1,000, 2,000 worth of followers. Those followers, yeah, like, they're nice. Clearly they are my fans if they follow the work that I do, but it's like, that's not enough. But at the same time, why do I keep saying that to myself? Like, I really do appreciate my fans out there, and you should too. The people who follow your work, your craft that you do on social media is nice, but is it enough? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you think of that. But for me, it was a bit like, I'm doing too much for the outside world and not enough for the inside world. Anyway, I don't know if that made any sense at all. I'm going to get to the point. So the first main reason, I've got my notes if you're wondering what I'm looking at, because I go off track, literally. So I really wanted to safeguard my well-being, because well-being is key. Your health, well-being, your mental health should come first. I do not feel like social media protects that. It's not there to honor it anyway. We know that. And I just felt like I really want to be in a headspace that's kind of clear. I know what I'm focusing on. I know who I am. I know where I stand in this creative world and I felt like social media was getting in the way and it was just chipping away at my energy. So that's one of the main reasons why I quit, was to safeguard my energy, safeguard my well-being. I've got to get my words out. I don't know if you guys can relate to any of that at all. Let's look at the chat box, because it's popping and my phone's popping too. I hope people are not messaging me with all these questions and stuff rather than just jumping online. Yeah, let's go back. Okay, so have you shared on LinkedIn? Yeah, I have. Have you shared on Face? I have shared on. Okay, thank you. Great, great, because I'm not on Facebook. Yes, that's one of the main reasons. It's about safeguarding well-being, and I think you guys should do the same too. Yeah, let's just read this. Loving it. LinkedIn and YouTube are both social media. Yes, it is. So, is it maybe just Insta that you're not enjoying anymore? I'm going to answer these questions at the end, because this is really good. It's really, really good. And I'm burning to answer it, but I will get to that shortly. But yeah, LinkedIn and social media, LinkedIn and YouTube technically are a form of social media. In my eyes, I think it's different. I feel like that space is a bit safer. Number one, I feel like there's a lot more room to grow and progress. It's not as noisy. And for me, in my personal experience, I feel like I can do a lot more with it in different ways. And I feel like I spend far too much time either strolling on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, or I'm planning a lot. And it's like, this is taking up so much time. It doesn't take me that much time when it comes to LinkedIn. That's just in my personal experience. Everybody else is different. And like I said, I don't hate it at all. That's not it. It's just, I just want to be different. Why do what everybody else is doing in the crowd? Anyway, so another reason why is just downtime. There was a lot of noise. I'm going through a lot offline, that is. I was moving house as well. There's a bit of problem stuff with the landlord, and just my living experience. And then I'm working a job that requires a lot of energy as well, and a lot of focus. And then by the time it came for me to log off and focus on my own personal and creative stuff, I found that I wasn't putting in the same amount of energy. So I had to make a sacrifice and a decision. What do I quit? What do I have to let go of? There's so many different ideas, so many different projects I want to get my hands on, so many different people I want to work with. Then on a personal level, I was doing personal different things too, like obviously the moving house thing. I want to get on the property ladder, getting a new car back on the road. All those little things. I know it has nothing to do with social media, but at the same time, it's the time and the focus. And on social media, I was creating a lot of great content that I was planning long term. And it's just like, you're taking far too much of my time. I could be doing something else with my time. And that's the number one thing that I've noticed, is the time that I've got back. A lot of time, like doing these training courses online, the chance for me to network a lot more and do more better in word of mouth, because word of mouth, as we know, is the most traditional way of networking, yet I find it most powerful. Like, I don't care about how many Instagram followers you have, but if someone recommends you to me, sorry, and I just trust them and believe them, more than likely I'm going to check you out. Do you get what I mean? Word of mouth goes a long way. So I wanted to focus on the offline. And I've got a key question from someone that's just about that, actually. They asked if I'm coming back or not. I'll get to that bit later. I feel like I'm waffling on. I don't know whether anything I have just said resonates with you or not. Let me know in the comments, which is great. Oh, thank you. I love, love, love this vibe too. I'm loving YouTube. Like, I really do love YouTube. Like, I first hopped onto YouTube years ago, like 8 years ago, did one video on a different channel. I don't know where that channel is. I got the login for that channel, so it's somewhere in the universe. And then on this channel, I first did a video on this channel about 3 years ago. Did about 2 or 3. I was so scared. I took the videos off, not off, I put it to private, because I was like, oh my God, this is daunting. What am I doing 3 years ago? And now I'm here again. So I'm just making a vow to myself to stick to it and to just kind of drive through the confidence, because like I said, YouTube maybe social media like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, but it's totally different. It feels different. It encourages me to step up and level up. Video content goes a long way than, if you agree or not, than a standard post. No offense to people out there, by the way. I'm not trying to put down people who are not on YouTube but on Facebook and doing really well. Perspective is key. This is just my perspective. But yeah, YouTube is doing really, really well for me. I love editing the videos. I love creating stuff. I love chit chatting, whether that's a live, a recording, or a vlog. I just find it just so fulfilling. So I definitely will be staying here. So yeah, I need to quit those other platforms because I needed the downtime for myself to focus elsewhere, put all my energy in other avenues that resonate with me the most. Yeah, that was the longest sentence ever. Did I answer that question? I don't know. We go find out. And another thing, this is just on a personal note, and I'm going to be honest, open and transparent with you. But the third reason why I quit it and why I felt like it was just killing me deep down with my creativity and craft is because, on a personal note, I wanted, and I still do, want to live a low key lifestyle. Like, I enjoy being off the grid. I enjoy being offline. I enjoy not being contactable. That sounds so strange because if you work in dance, if you work anywhere in the arts, whether that's in theatre, music, creative entrepreneur, content creator, we are by nature constantly in front of the crowd all the time. That's what our work is all about, is shouting out loud so that everybody sees us. We're on the stage showing off what we do most. So it makes sense for us to be on social media, and I am turning the other cheek. That's why so much people reacted to me so strangely, like, Tay, why are you quitting social media? You were doing so well. What's wrong? I'm like, what makes you think something is wrong? Nothing's wrong with me. I'm fine. I'm livid. But just going back to my point, the third reason why I felt like I needed to come off social media is because deep, deep down, I knew I wanted to live a low key, quiet lifestyle, off the grid. I'm looking 10 years' time, 5, 10 years' time. For those who know me, know that I'm not all a city type of girl, meaning I'm not the one that's into materialistic things. I'm not the one that's into this microwave society lifestyle. I really do like anything to do with nature. I like things that are in the present moment. I like to take each day as it comes. I like to do my own thing where nobody can contact me and I'm doing so well. And people are like, Tay, what are you doing? Where are you? What work do you have going on? What's happening with you? And it's just like, oh yeah, I've got a lot going on. But I don't feel like I need to share it with everybody on social media every single day. Like, it doesn't have to be every single day. Even if it's a few days a week, it's cool. But in this I want to say generation and kind of pinpoint the young people, that's not it at all. It's just the society that we're living in over the past 3 to 4 years. I've found that documenting your lifestyle has its pros and cons. Yeah. Obviously, the pro side is that it is inspirational, it's motivational. You can draw from other people's inspirations and bounce off each other, and it does feel good. But then the con side of it that goes into my second point is that you can lose your voice within it all. It's like, who are you? Like, what are you doing? Where's the idea really come from on a subconscious level? Is this you being you, or is this everybody else around you? Because we're constantly glued to our devices, literally. So a part of me was a bit like, in order for me to excel in what I wanted to do, I needed to take a step back, shut the doors, and draw from within. Does that make sense? Let me know if it makes sense or not, guys. As I can't get my words out. Have I said, this is what happens when you go live? Have I said anything that you can resonate with, that you agree or disagree with? Because I love a bit of controversy, guys. Trust me. Anything that you disagree with, anything you're a bit like, I'm not too sure. What do you mean by that, Tay? Just drop it in the comments and let me know, because it does go a long way. And thank you guys for the small crowd who are watching it right now, I see you. I don't really, but I see you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. This was so last minute. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents going round and round in circles about that. Yeah, I think there's so much I want to get off my chest, but I'm being conscious of time. I want to respect all of yours time, literally. Um, so yeah. Oh, wicked. So, okay, a couple of recommendations, yeah. So I didn't just come off just like that. I've said before that it was on my mind. However, I did do research about the pros and cons of social media, especially for creatives in today's livid society. Then I also tried to watch other people's reviews, experiences to draw inspiration from on social media, how kind of hypocritical that is of me. So you may have known, for those who love Netflix, those who are on Netflix. So on Netflix, yeah, there's some great documentaries on there that I've learned a lot from. So there's a documentary on Netflix. It should be in my description box below, so you can go check it out. There is a documentary called The Social Dilemma. And the social dilemma is literally about the tech experts, people who work in tech. It's the experts, it's the directors, the CEOs who work behind these social media, such as Twitter. I think Twitter was on there. Google is on the social media. The people who work behind the scenes are sharing the real deal. They are 100% real and transparent. They share their experiences and how they manage the social media that we are glued to, but they also talk about their personal experiences or the people they're in contact with, like their families, friends, associates, and they notice how other people interact with it. And it freaked me out. Like, it's going to change your mind, it's going to blow your mind. Has anyone watched The Social Dilemma on Netflix? I need to know because I've only met one person in my entire life so far who has watched it. Do go ahead and watch if you're prepared. Let me just try and get a quick review. Yeah, tech experts sound the alarm on the dangerous human impact of social networking, and those people behave like puppets, and they're literally just stringing us along. Literally, that's how they described it. They have the power to pull the strings, and we know artificial intelligence, AI, is so key right now across the world in technology and just generally across society. We use AI everywhere we go and even on our phones. So it tracks down what you recently searched on social media. Who do you like the most? Who do you follow? The type of crowd, the type of things that you shop. All of that is tracked down and manipulated so that it's always constantly in your feeds. That right there freaks me out. I'm not okay. I'm not prepared. I'm not ready for that life. I'm not ready to be controlled on a subconscious level like that. So that is the reason why I decided to come off as well after watching that documentary on Netflix called The Social Dilemma. I won't talk too much about it. I'll let you guys go and watch it for yourself when you can. When you do, hop back. Let me know what you think of it. But it will change your mind. It really, I don't know, I think I'm over exaggerating when I say it upset me. Not in that way, but deep down, it was just like, do we have any freedom at all? Do we have any freedom wherever we go online when it comes to technology and when it comes to sharing our ideas, our craft, our creativity as entrepreneurs? Like I said before, it's like there's no space to just be. So it's like the only time and space that I have to just be is if that was all out of the way at this time. So yeah, check that out. The link is in my bio for The Social Dilemma. And there's another guy, there's a Canadian guy called what's his name? Jaron. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. Jaron Lanier, I think his last name is. Correct me if I've pronounced his last name wrong, but his name's Jaron, is Canadian. He is totally against Facebook specifically, because for those of you who don't know the reason for Facebook, how it all began, 10 plus years ago now, the founder of Facebook, for his name, he created it really to spy, wasn't it? To spy on this girl that he really liked in college. So it's like if Facebook was built off the backs of spying and taking away someone's freedom like that in a very sly, malicious way, then who's to say social media, who's to say Facebook is in a much better place, because that was the origins of Facebook. So do study the origins of Facebook and do check out Jaron, that Canadian, is known as a computer philosopher. Just trying to get him up. I'll drop a link to some of his work in the description box below after this video. So do check him out if you are prepared, that is. Yeah, so Jaron, he just goes on and on and on about the dangers. And it's not to freak you out, it's not to scare you, it's to prepare you, it's to help you kind of look ahead if you're really using social media that much to kind of promote the work that you're doing. And you really want to use that platform to connect with people globally as well, because that's the pro of social media, is that we can use it to our fingertips. So if that is the reason why you're using it, then I think you should still watch the recommendations I'm sharing, like Jaron, who talks about Facebook, the social dilemma, research the origins of Facebook and Instagram anyway, and why and how it became to be, because it wasn't really to be for the betterment of our well-being at all. I still don't feel like it is. And it would just open your eyes and look at things from three dimensions, and perhaps you join me on the other side and be like, maybe the grass is greener on the other side. Who knows? So that's that. If you've got any questions, guys, just pop them in the chat. Yeah. Pop them in the chat. That'd be wicked. Cool. Yeah. So that's kind of my 2 cents. I won't say the dangers or kind of downplaying it, but I'm gonna have to be 100% honest with you that I do feel like there's times where we can lose our voice and lose our vision when you're in the middle of it all and you're constantly seeing everybody else's work and what they're doing, and you just have to remind yourself, what path are you going on today, especially if it's a digital footprint path on social media. Which way, which route are you going to take? Just remember who you are. Okay, just keep your head on. Keep your head above the water. That's what they'll say. That's the phrase. Keep your head above the water. And what I find with me in social media, my relationship with it is a love and hate relationship. You know, I felt like I was losing my voice. I felt like I was losing myself far too much. Yeah, keep the questions coming in. I'm going to answer some of the other questions on my phone in a minute. Let's have a look. So the program on Netflix is called The Social Dilemma. It's a documentary on Netflix. There's a trailer on YouTube. I've left the links. There should be in my description box for this video, and the trailer and the actual link to watch the documentary on Netflix itself. So there should be about 2 links there, but I will double check if you can't find it. So do check it out. And you know what I want to talk about is value. Like, how much do you value your work, your creativity? How much does it mean to you versus how much are you willing to share? Because sometimes we share so much, literally, so much, almost too much online, because being online is so open. It's an open digital space. It's technically very much in our head, you know. When you log off, it's like, oh, okay, I'm back here on planet Earth. Like, this is reality. You can do anything on social media. People say anything, you know, and not a lot of nice things, you know. Do you know what I mean? People have far too much access to things they shouldn't have access to. So, to what extent do you kind of put a limit and a cap on the work that you are sharing? Like, I really want to know, how much of your work do you share on social media, and where and why? What work don't you share on social media? Is there work that you decide to hold back? Is there work that you only share with certain individuals? Or does everything just go out there? Boom, bash, bosh, as they call it. For me, it was just a bit like some of my work I really, really valued. I've got a lot of content, a lot of videos from all the countries that I've traveled to that I haven't shared online because I felt it was too valuable, too precious, too private for me to just instantly share it like that. Do you know what I mean? I know it may be an inspiration for others and motivation for others, but they're not paying my rent at the end of the day. And you can make money on social media. We know that for a fact. And I have been acknowledged online on social media, been booked for work, which is great, but it's far and few. It's not like constant back to back, like partnerships and stuff like that, or advertisements, commissions, not like that on a regular, which would be nice. But at the same time, is that the life I want to live? Unless it's rolling and I know it's kind of permanent and it is happening, then fair enough. But you can never tell these days on social media when it comes to being paid for your craft, when we know when to put a cap on top of the work that we're doing, when do you just stop sharing? It's not stop sharing, it's kind of a bit like when do we just know how much we're sharing versus what we're not going to. That's basically what I'm trying to say, really. So there's that. So just value your work, value your craft, and realize what you want to share and to whom. Okay, to whom. For those of you who don't know, I've got a couple of videos about my experience and the big wide web called the internet, and it's been very challenging. So the last video I posted a month ago before this was me making the announcement that I'm going offline on social media. It should be in the link in the description box. If you haven't seen that video, it's outdoors. I'm chit-chatting, and I'm just real and authentic to the point. So you can watch that. I have another couple of videos about addressing the haters and online bullying. And the online bullying that I experienced came directly from other dancers, like other artists, other creatives, not just random person who's not doing anything with their life. I'm talking about people who are known in the work, in the circle that I'm in, that knows individuals that I know. So it's close, really close, that person. Or people's, because it's happened more than once. And I'm sure many of you who are watching right now, you're doing all the work that you're doing, you're sharing it online, whether that's with purpose or just passion or just for fun, which is fine. You come across trolls as well. So, like, how do we manage those trolls? And that's another dark side of the big wide web known as the internet / social media. That can be very daunting. It's just knowing how to manage that and respond to all of that. I've got a video on that too, and that's so far this year has been the most popular, most engaged video. It's called Addressing the Haters, Online Bullying. Do take a look. You should find it in my playlists. If you go into videos on my YouTube channel, you should find it. And then I have another video from last year talking more about confidence building. A lot of that is to do with social media because I find a lot of people lack confidence in getting themselves online, whether that's to create a social account, a professional profile, or a website. So I created a video last year about building confidence, ideal for dancers out there or anyone that's at the beginning stages of their artistic career. So yeah. Anybody else? Any more questions? Right. I'm going to respect your time. They're going to answer some of these questions that I've had. Different ones. Let me try and right. The responses that I've got. Okay, let me read one of the responses. I've got one. FOMO. Okay, so I put in FOMO. I sent FOMO to people because FOMO, FOMO, means fear of missing out. So people seem to think that being online means I'm in the center. Oh my God, I'm getting this attention. I'm getting that attention. But really, it's like when you take a step back, there's that resistance. And I got that resistance when I quit 1 month ago, also known as fear of missing out, FOMO. It's a bit like, do I? Don't I? But what about this? What about the opportunity? I'm going to miss out on that. So I had a connection. Someone I know, a dear friend, was just a bit like, I used to have major FOMO, literally, but now I just pretty much don't care about anything. Thank you so much. Let me just shout out to Laura. If you're watching right now, Laura, thank you. I do not care about anything. I am so with you. Really don't care. So thank you for sharing that. And I think since I come off 1 month ago, it was very much like, how do I put this? It was a lot easier than I thought. The resistance was there, but like within 24 to 48 hours of quitting, I was just like, oh, is that it? I forgot that I even had it. I could just got on with my life. I started reading more, started cleaning up more, literally. I started to just be on the phone, have phone calls more. I managed to get more done. And then I managed to just have some downtime and quiet time for me to be outdoors, exploring with whatever we can do because we're still in a pandemic, guys, still in lockdown. Just imagine if it wasn't in lockdown, there'd be so much more things for me to do, the opportunity to travel freely without social media, without me having to be so attached to my phone. While on the other hand, speaking on the phones, I found I do keep picking up my phone a lot to check something, and I'm like, what am I checking? What am I looking for? Do you know what I mean? The Instagram app is not there. I've deleted that app. I've deleted so many apps. It's like, what am I looking for on my phone? So I have been doing that quite a bit for the past 30 days. My guilty pleasure. Thank you, Laura, for that comment. I had another comment. Will you return? The burning question everyone has, will you return? I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be forever. I don't know if this is going to be temporarily. I do not know. I just know that I'm not there at this time. I want to give myself a full 12 months. Yeah, I want to give myself a whole 12-month off and properly review because the longest time I've come off social media in the past for a detox was 6 weeks. That was a really nice 6 weeks. That was during the holidays as well of all of the time. 6 week holidays about 2 or 3 years ago. I went on a big break. Then I returned. I did feel good. I felt refreshed. And then within months, I was like, I want to go again. I want to get back to reality. That's just me. Um, so yeah, people are asking me, will I return? I can't tell you how many people have said that. The answer is I don't know. Just give me 12 months. Sounds long, but time does fly by. I love to talk about some of the responses that I've got, especially on Instagram. A lot of people private messaged me on Instagram before I unplugged, and they said to me, Tamar, what's wrong? Number one, Tamar, well done. Number three, Tamar, oh, you're so brave for going offline, going off social media. I'm like, brave? Is that how you perceive this? Like quitting and unplugging from Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter means that I'm brave. I did not determine it that way, but I'm really unpleasantly surprised with that response. I appreciate it, but at the same time, it's just mind boggling to think that people out there feel like it is some kind of an emotional attachment or mental attachment that you can't let go of. I had a lot of people say that. Well done. What if? Don't worry. It's really interesting. So, what else do we have here? I'm still going through the questions, guys. Tips. Okay, tips. I'm trying to find a decent question because there's quite a few different random ones. So, tips of how to go offline. I think you should start by doing detox breaks. Just go on a detox, give it a week, then increase it to 2 weeks, and increase it to 3 weeks, step by step. That's just my tip for you to take away with and see how that goes. And when you go on a detox, it actually means deleting the app from your mobile device. Do not keep that app there because you will be tempted to go back on, literally. So delete the apps temporarily, come off and find something to do. Like literally, if it means like I've got this to plan for this week or this day, do it. So that might help. Take a week off, 2 weeks, 3 weeks off to detox, and then you can fully unplug if that is what you truly want to do. But do what is best for you. Like I said at the start of this live video, I said that I'm not against social media. I'm not running it down or putting other people down who are doing so well and firing away with all the work that they do. That's not the point at all. It's just perspective. So that's that. And let's go to some more questions and I'll wrap up. Oh yeah, if social media internet had never been invented, what do you think you'd be doing with your time? What was I doing before? um okay, so during my school days, sorry guys, distracting. So during my high school days, there was no social media. Going to college, there wasn't a lot of social media. When I was at college, it was very much MySpace. MySpace was coming out, and then there was MSN, and we had MSN. We had what's it called? What's it called? It was on that BlackBerry device. Who remembers the BlackBerry? And there was like a form of a social media on there. It was a bit like a text email thing. Either way, MySpace and MSN, that was there, but we was not on it the way we're on it today. It wasn't about, as an entrepreneur throwing out all these business stuff at you. There were no ads, and there was no such thing as 24/7 Wi-Fi then during the MySpace days or before. It was very much at 7 o'clock, everybody goes online and then logs off by 10, 11 o'clock. Throughout the day, nobody really was online like that. Unless somebody's watching right now, it's a bit like, hold up, that was me 10 years ago. I was online 24/7. Let me know and know who you are. What life was you living in then? Because then life wasn't like that. So if I go back past tense, what I was doing, but I was quite young then anyway, I was actually socializing, like I was actually talking to people. I was on the phone. I was scheduling a time to meet up with X, Y, and Z. Those were the things that I was doing. Um, so yeah. And I was reading more. Like I love reading. People who know me know I love reading and writing. It sounds dead boring, but it was very enjoyable. Why am I talking past tense? Was it still is? So that answers that question, and I hope I answered the question correctly. Do you think social media gives people false hope of easy stardom? You bet it does. Artistic success, false hope. Yes, it's a yes and a no. The reason why I say that is because for some that I've noticed, it's very much. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be brutally honest. I think this is a different video now. What I'm going to say. It's like what I find with social media, it makes stupid people famous, like stupid people who are just don't have the real talent. I don't care. I'll say it for what it is. Brought up in the arts, I was brought up in dance and theatre. So that's how tough we had it. You're good or you're not good. There's the door. That's how harsh they were. So yes, I do feel like it gives people false stardom. Those who were kind of just blew up online and you watch the videos, it may be fun and humorous, but it's a bit like, this is crap. I wouldn't pay no money to see you, to entertain me. So yeah, it does give people false hope, while at the same time it gives people that anxiety at the same time, unfortunately. And what else is there? What do you feel you are missing out by not having social media in your life? One question. And what might you be missing out on by preoccupying your time with social media? What might you be missing out by one moment? What do you feel you are missing out? Okay, what do I actually feel like I'm missing out on by not being on social media? Very good question. I guess it's just being kept up to date straight away because it's so instant. Like people will share a post about this call out, an opportunity, a chance to collaborate, a chance to jump on something, a job post that could just go out instantly, and then you can just see it in your feed, and then you just kind of know about it straight away. Not being on social media means it's going to take me a bit longer to find out that information, especially if it is a key information that is needed. Let me turn the light down on this. It's bloody bull in my eyes. Ooh, we'll go with that nighttime. So yeah, for me, to answer that question, I feel like the time it takes for me to receive key information, I feel like I'm missing out on. But I always believe that if information is that important or relevant to you, you will find out. It will always come back to you. That's just the way the universe works. We always know that. So I try not to be worried about that. And I'm so glad that I built a following and a community, both online and offline. So I'm doing very hard to try and connect with the offline as much as I can. That is, um, and seeing where that goes, really. But it also question. But it also gives equal level for entry. Yeah, it does. Instead of my top people choosing who can become famous or successful. Exactly. Yeah, it does. That's a really good point. Like, yeah, people at that entry level entering in, if that's what you meant, that goes a very long way as well. And that could mean a lot to many people. It can give people real confidence. Um, so yes, I do agree. You see what I mean? There's so many different loopholes, there's so many different avenues, there's so many different ways to think about this from different perspectives. There's no right or wrong. Somebody else asked me, is the grass greener on the other side? I said it damn well is. But that's in my life. In my life. It's only been 1 month. So this is a 30-day update from me to you, where I'm at now, how I'm feeling, what I have observed, and that's it really. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah. Suggestions for alternative healthy use of your time. Um, I'd say please just listen to your body, like listen to your organs. Sounds weird. What does that even mean? You know what I mean? Listen to your body, the signals. If you feel like you're reaching burnout, that could be mentally just straining or emotionally. If you find that you're working a lot on something, you've got an idea and a project and you're working on it, then you get to that bit where you're like, I feel like I'm going to reach burnout. That's the point where you need to listen and stop, take a break, have a breather, change the scenery, pick up the phone, call somebody, go outside, go to the shops, don't spend much. We have a habit of just spending, walking around in the shops, go window shopping, whatever. Find something to do. And what's worked for me is changing my scenery, is connecting, because as humans, we yearn for real connections. That's how we are wired, that's how we are built. We are not built to be in front of a screen all the time. We're not really built that way. So that's my suggestions, and that's a really great question. Actually, I'd love to elaborate more on that one. Alternative healthy living lifestyles for those who are offline or choose to go offline. And I am going to leave it there. I think that's a positive note, actually. Yeah, that's it for today. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who jumped on, despite the fact this was a very last minute, unplanned, unscripted live. Literally, I just did a couple of notes before I hopped on to share my 2 cents. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but the more the merrier, doesn't matter. And if anyone wants a part two, or for me to do another live on a different topic, I will do. Yeah, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button, follow along, thumbs up, or share and tell a friend to tell a friend, like I always say. And I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you. Right. All right then. See you later. Bye.